Hello there Carpologists, I'm Joe and today we're going to be taking a look at the Protector Peak one-man bivvy version 2 from Advanta. Now this is actually the second time I've used this shelter. I used it once before on my syndicate where the weather conditions were completely different to how they are today. It was wet, miserable, rainy and pretty disgusting weather. I did get a lot of footage of the bivvy, but it wasn't the best for filming, so I thought I'd bring it out again. And here we are at glorious sunshine here at Berners Hall in Essex. Now this is everything as it comes. I've got the Overup on at the moment and then the bivvy underneath, which I'll get onto seconds. I'm going to do this kind of in a reverse order, starting off with the Overup. And the Overup goes on in no time. It simply uses the same pegging points around the back and sides as the bivvy itself, and then 2 extra pegs either side on the front of the Overup as well. That just gives you the extra floor space on the inside. Because you've got the peak on the bivvy itself, that then translates down to floor space on the ground. So if you whip back the doors of the main bivvy itself and use just the Overup for the front, that gives you a lot more legroom on the inside. But if you use duo skin, of course, it just gives you these little pockets of space to put things like buckets of bait, your wet waders or wellies, things like that. Perfect little storage place for it. You don't want wet stuff inside the bivvy. And on the front, you've got 2 rod retaining straps either side and a door that zips up fully like this. You can also unpeg the front peg here and roll the sides back. So if you wanted it as a completely open fronted day shelter in the day and have both the door on the bivvy and the Overup pulled back, you can do, but also you can leave it like so and just whip the door up like I have. And also on the door, you've got mozzie mesh panel underneath the solid panel. And you've also got the option of putting the clear PVC panel, which comes with the bivvy, onto the door of the Overup. So you don't have to get a separate one. It comes with the bivvy. And if you're getting the Overup, the panel that will fit on the bivvy will fit on the front of your Overup. But the best thing about it all is it weighs next to nothing. At 2.7 kilos, you can chuck this on your barrow, stick it in the back of your car. It's not going to weigh you down. It's a nice oversized bag, and that's pretty much thanks to the material used and the fact it only needs 4 extra pegs on the front of the bivvy. It's 210D polyester material, 5000mm hydrostatic head, same as the bivvy material underneath, which I'll get onto in a bit. So it does everything you need an Overup to. Extra layer to prevent condensation, keeps water off you, keeps you warmer in the winter and a bit cooler in the summer. Overup removed to reveal the rather roomy bivvy underneath. Try saying that after a few drinks, or with a Somerset accent to be fair. But here it is in its bare bones. Twin rib construction with support bars. Now it's nice and lightweight is the first thing I pick up on. 8.1 kilos all in. That's because you've got 6061 aluminium poles, but you've also got these support bars. So it's nice and rigid and robust, very, very sturdy. The fact it's only got 2 ribs, you may think it's not going to be the sturdiest, but because you've got these support bars, it gives you that sort of front to back rigidity as well as the sideways rigidity with the poles. And also a little feature which made it look like much, but this little tab of material that goes over the bar helps to keep the roof up. So it kind of takes the place of that 3rd rib that might give you the bit more structure on the roof. You've got that holding the material up. Now the material is the same as the Overup, 5000mm hydrostatic head, 60D polyester. So it's nice and lightweight, which again is what gives it its nice lightweight overall, 8.1 kilos, and the lightweight bar. So it all comes together, nice lightweight shelter that you can take with you on shorter sessions or even longer sessions. I'm doing 3 nights today. I did a couple of nights the other day on my syndicate, and it was a nice and comfortable place to be in, kept me warm and dry, and that's the main thing you want from a shelter without lugging around heavy stuff to your swim, which, where we are today, the furthest from the car park. Peak by name, peak by nature. As you can see, quite a large peak on this one. Again, supported with a torsion bar just there. And you've also got this rain gutter here. It's sort of an extra bit of material with a soft inner tube on the inside, which makes it nice and rigid, and also means if any rain was to encroach to the tip of the peak, which I can't see it would because of the angle of the peak, but if it's really lashing down this direction, it will catch into the rain gutter and run down the sides, exactly as it did when it rained for the other session. Also on the front, 2 rod retaining straps, so again, like the Overup, you can strap your rod to the front when re-rigging, making it nice and easy. Full ventilation from the front to back means that you're not only able to get fresh air coming in from the front, but also letting air escape from the back or push in from the back as well. It's all well and good having vents on the front, but if you don't have any on the back, there's nowhere for that air inside the bivvy to go really. So if the wind's pushing from behind, it gives you that nice breeze pushing through, and vice versa from the front to back. And as mentioned with the clear PVC panel, that fits exactly on the centre of this front door as well. So you can still see out, but keep nice and dry if it's lashing down. Now if the mozzie mesh vents didn't offer you enough ventilation, then you can also pull up the door, whip back the sides and clip them in place, give you a nice open fronted day shelter like so, giving me a great view of the lake, but also letting that breeze in because it is very hot and stuffy today. And with that vent on the back, This allows that flow in air to come through. Now dimensions wise are as follows. It's 135 centimeters tall, 270 centimeters wide and 230 centimeters deep. Now that's not including the peak, which obviously gives you that extra protection, and when you've got the Overup on, gives you that extra legroom as well. So it's a relatively small footprint, but as you can see, I'm sitting up on my bed chair. Bed chair's pushed right back, all my bags in front of me. The pegging points, you probably just about see them in front of me, on where the door for the bivvy goes. So there's plenty of room in here, and if I leave the door like so, and then put the Overup on front, it'll give me just so much more extra space in here. You really don't need much bigger than this when you're doing fishing by yourself on a 2 or 3 nighter like I am. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about this bivvy in a nutshell. It does also come with a Velcro in ground sheet, which I used on my previous session when it's pretty miserable. But for the weather like it is at the moment, there was no need to put it in place this time. Fully taped seams, reinforced pegging points, pretty much that's everything I think. But the price, and that's where this thing comes in even better, because at $159.99 for the bivvy, that's already dirt cheap. And then if you want to get the second skin, that comes in at $79.99 as well. So for the whole system at what, under 250 quid I think that is an absolute bargain. So for more information, please head over to the Angling Direct website. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon.